elaborate on the main theme in many long poems, while the rest contains insignificant descriptions and repetitions because the poet doesn't have the ability to say it perfectly like Allah. So he'll say the same thing 15 or 20 times in a different way to say the same thing he started saying in the first place. But not Allah. He just goes right to the point, right to the heart, right to the truth, right to the heart. The Quran is eloquent par excellence for those of you who speak French. Those who know Arabic grammar truly understand this. Unlike a poem, the Quran never becomes old when repeated. When the Quran mentions warnings and promises, it presents truths that would make it solid. Firm mountains shake. So what about the comprehending, understanding, seeing and hearing heart? Because Allah told us earlier in Surah Al-Baqarah about those people whose eyes were sealed, whose hearts were sealed, whose hearing was closed up. When the Quran promises, it opens the hearts and the ears, making them eager to attain the abode of peace, paradise, and to be neighbors of the throne of the most beneficent. For instance, on the subject of promises and encouragement, the Holy Quran says in Surah 32, verse 17, "And no soul knows what has been hidden from them, the joy and comfort for eyes, as reward for what they used to do." In Surah 43 and verse 71, "There they will be waited upon with trays and goblets of gold, and there will be found all that the soul's inner selves might desire, and all that the eyes might delight in, and therein shall you abide, O you who believe." You see, the world took this and they tried to twist it around into a poem, and they tried to say that the men would get 72,000 virgins in paradise. Well, what I want to tell you folks, if the men get 72,000 virgins, so do the women. Alhamdulillah. Because Allah is a God of justice. And what He gives the men, He gives the women. Alhamdulillah. On warning and discouragement. I'm not even going to think about what's being said in that back row. In Surah Al-Isra, Surah 17 and verse 68, "Then do you feel secure that instead He will not cause a part of the land to swallow you or send against you a storm of stones? Then you would not find for yourselves an advocate." When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us, He tells you exactly what it's up. If only we could learn this as parents. Imagine if we as parents could be so clear and precise with our communication with our children. But only Allah has it. And He said, "Amen." Do you feel secure that He who holds authority in heaven, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, would not cause the earth to swallow you and suddenly it would sway? Or do you feel secure that He who holds authority in the heaven would not send against you a storm of stones? Then you would know how severe was my warning.